third Shire Living Voices meeting of 2024 was dedicated to social activities and events. The parties, the performers, the days out, the festivals, the fetes, the coffee mornings and afternoon teas that every scheme organises for tenants. Exactly what's on offer and who organises it varies scheme by scheme, with some residents keen to do it for themselves and others benefiting from nominated staff organisers to book entertainers and find new distractions. However it's done, Head of Retirement Living Paula Reynolds had been doing some research, and it seems that being with others and enjoying a bit of a boogie is not only fun, it boosts your physical health and staves off the diseases of age.
Loneliness acts as a fertiliser for other diseases. Biology of loneliness can accelerate the build-up of plaque in arteries, help cancer cells grow and spread and promote inflammation in the brain, leading to Alzheimer's. Loneliness promotes several different types of wear and tear on the body. And I think people don't necessarily think of it in that way, do they, as accelerating other types of diseases. So the purpose of today's session then, I'm just going to give you a bit of an overview of the social activities and events that happen across the retirement living schemes and the Shire Living schemes. We also want to look at the activities where we've been upskilling residents and enabling them to build capacity within their own schemes and take ownership of organising social events and activities as well. So we've got a little video, hopefully it will work, the technology. But it is about being inclusive for everybody to be able to access if they wanted to. If they wanted to go on those trips. So we try and accommodate the best that we can for that.
Doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And and even some of the locations as well that we go to. Trina has to do a recce most of the time, don't you, around some of the hotels to make sure it's level access and the toilet facilities are good. And
Right, so there is no funding that we can apply for.
there used to be a community fund that we had, but that has recently changed because of the changes around the heating, warm homes and financial inclusion and things like that. So the purpose of that pot, if you like, a change which people can still apply for. So, because what is really nice is, the last event that we pulled everybody together was the gardening competition, and how the schemes were interactive and those friendship groups that get created from across the schemes, and you learn around what's going on elsewhere as well, in some of our locations, which gives people different ideas of being able to do things as well, doesn't it? Some of the upskilling then of the sessions that we've done across schemes around digital inclusion, we've been going around a lot of locations where there's interest in people understanding a little bit more around accessing technology, fraud awareness. I mean, this is very big across retirement living and Shire Living as well. Because you're all familiar with the scams that people are faced with, and so it's really important that everybody's got an awareness of those sessions. Recycling as well, because it's hard when you're in a community setting. The amount of recycling that gets generated is a lot, isn't it? We've got over 100 tenants now across schemes that have took place in volunteering opportunities over the last 12 months.
So is that just a snippet, isn't it? That 100 tenants are just the ones that are logged. I mean, we've got tenants who would regularly they'll make a cup of tea. You're a volunteer.
Most of the schemes have got whatever you call them, entertainment coordinators or organisers or whatever. How do you see how do they fit into your structure? And what sort of relationship do they have with you, for instance?
Well, in the schemes, there is a generic role which includes activities and social events. So what we need to do is being able to incorporate all of those activities in plan for working with residents around what they want on their schemes as well. So that's what we do.
But they seem to be disappearing is what I wanted to move on to, particularly with your most recent staffing reorganisation. That role seems to have been sort of, it's become everybody's a nobody. We do need some people in that role, and the role itself seems to be sort of dispersing to the winds.
I think, Peter, it's a really good point to pick up, because we can address that if we're aware of it. Very much in terms of the teams on site, the service shouldn't have changed for tenants, so we can pick that up and take that away. But I also just wanted to pick up that I'm going to be coming out to the schemes through September and October to meet with the tenants to discuss what it is you want, what's working well, what's not working well, so we can make sure that that's incorporated into staff training and how things are working across the schemes, and making sure that you've got the support that you want to run the services in the way that you also want as well, because we can own the buildings, but they're your homes. Then
it was time for us all to earn our keep by feeding back what our tenants enjoyed and wanted to see more of, and to offer some thoughts on how Wrekin might do better and develop things into the future. And Paula fed back our early conclusions.
More staff and manager input, having that collaboration around what activities and events are going to be held on scheme and what residents would like to see. Comfort funds, the understanding around how committees work, paperwork, the health and safety aspects, and how to access comfort funds. So we're going to definitely take that away as a priority to look at, to be able to get some information out to you around what we use at the moment, and see whether it's fit for purpose for all of the schemes moving forward. More daytime activities, more health activities, training as well for tenants, especially around food hygiene, entertainment, putting things on in the lounge for free, which includes food, and use the money from comfort funds. And I thought that was a really interesting way of being able to do it, or charge a nominal fee so that you're always replenishing your comfort funds.
But over the next 2 months, I'm going to be coming out to all the schemes. We've sorted some provisional dates, and we're sending some leaflets out to all the tenants. And they're very much just we've got a couple of things that we specifically want to get out of them in terms of what's working well, what would you like to see that's different or better within your schemes. But they're very much a session for you as tenants to tell us what you'd like to see, really. So we'll be sending some leaflets out, as I say, in terms of that. But obviously, if there's anything particular that's being raised to yourselves, or anything that you think would be useful, then by all means let us know.
Claire Skelton was there giving advance warning of visits to the schemes to ask residents what they think of it so far and what they want to see improve. The full minutes will offer a little more detail if you're really interested, but the rest was mostly housekeeping details. and I'll talk to you again before Christmas.